Something families aren't doing enough is talking about the great wealth transfer from the heads of a family to their children and grandchildren as well. That according to a finding from Edward Jones. Joining us now, we've got Lena Haas, who is the Edward Jones Principal and Head of Wealth Management Advice and Solutions. Great to have you here in studio with us.
Great to be here.
Okay, so you say families are not talking about this enough. Where does the conversation, where does the dialogue need to begin?
Yeah, so it was astounding to me to learn that over 50% of folks in the US will be affected by wealth transfer. They're receiving inheritance of some kind. Mm-hmm. And yet, despite that, the conversations are really not happening across family members. And wealth transfer is inherently an emotional and a complex topic. And we think that's why.
How do you think this can change or will change the makeup of what our demographics look like in terms of the population and the wealth metrics that we track up against right now? How does this change ultimately the type of investing that we could see come forward, the property owners, and so many different kind of facets of people's portfolios too? Yeah,
so first of all, over the next 2 decades, we expect 84 trillion to change hands between the older generation, silent generation, and the baby boomers, and the younger generations. And then the immediate wealth transfer oftentimes goes from a spouse who is male to a woman partner, because typically there is a difference in longevity and about 6 years age difference. So it oftentimes is going to go in terms of women having much higher percentage of wealth. And of course, the younger generation figuring out how do they manage this wealth, engage for the long term, and do it with sound investment principles, but also keeping up with the family legacy, family values, which is why it is so important that conversations are happening across generations, that parents are in fact talking to kids about what to do with that money and why.
Those family values and even the investment thesis can change generation to generation as well.
Absolutely.
Here. And there's a lot of emotions at stake too. How do you remove emotion and prioritize securitization of the wealth that families build up?
Yeah, that's such a great question. So don't have this conversation around Thanksgiving, dinner table by surprise. It's really important to prepare everybody in the conversation that this is what we're going to talk about. This is why, how do we invite the right family members? And about 60% of Americans say that having a financial professional, such as an advisor, can really help take emotion out of this inherently, the heart, the head, complex conversation.
So just invite the financial advisor to Thanksgiving as well. That's what we should just do that.
That's right. But in addition to it in the turkey, financial advisor will come and they'll prepare the agenda, what are the right points to hit on. Right. They can bring in professionals such as estate planners, accountants, others, and they can really facilitate the conversation that when the wealth transfer does occur, the emotional event, somebody passes on the family members can be there for each other.
Excellent.
They don't need to focus on the logistics, a professional can.
Yeah. Lena Haas of Edward Jones, thanks so much for taking the time here with us today. Removing some of the emotion from the great wealth transfer. There will be a lot of it, but we can do it smartly here. Thanks so much.
Thank you.